I'm proud of Terence Crawford. Proud of him. But you know, after the fight, after all the Terence Crawford fights, I always text him or call him and say congratulations.
Yet the possibility of Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford fighting each other has filled the boxing world with excitement like never before. Everyone is talking about it, from casual fans to expert boxing analysts. The idea of these two pound-for-pound champions facing each other has started endless debates about who would win.
You know, being that you obviously, again, appealing Team Crawford, can you confirm? Are we going to see that fight? Has it been made official? Is it official?
It's on, baby. September 13, baby. Look forward to it.
But recent events around Crawford have created even more buzz, making people wonder if he is really ready for a fighter like Canelo. However, with Floyd Mayweather now training Crawford, it seems he might actually be ready. Still, Canelo believes that this will...
The only thing I see that I favor Canelo is that, you know, is his weight.
Yeah.
And that he's more bigger. You know what I'm saying? That's the only thing. But as far as skill set wise, IQ, I feel like Crawford can match anybody.
Crawford has always been a special talent. His technical skills, sharp instincts, and strong willpower have earned him an incredible legacy, including becoming undisputed champion in 2 weight classes. However, moving up in weight brings new challenges, as Crawford himself admitted recently. After his fight with Israel Madov, where he won the WBA super welterweight title,
sitting ringside, popcorn in hand.
Many fans and critics started questioning whether he is losing some of the qualities that once made him so dominant.
Stuff about me going up and having a tough time, but he went up in weight and lost. That's the difference. I went up weight and won. He went up and lost. You know, so let's not do that.
Madov, being the naturally bigger man, gave Crawford a tougher challenge than expected. Crawford secured a unanimous decision victory, but it wasn't the kind of performance fans are used to seeing from him. He looked slower at times, and some wondered if the added weight had affected his usual speed and sharpness. For a fighter like Crawford, whose precision and agility are his greatest strengths, any signs of slower speed raise concerns, especially with a possible fight against Canelo Alvarez coming up soon.
Fans, for some reason, they know that there's no excuse. If he loses to Bud, this is a huge mark on his resume. If he beats Bud, he does beat a very accomplished fighter in this era, but there's no ready-made excuses in this fight for Canelo. Canelo should win.
Canelo, who has spent years building his name as one of boxing's biggest stars, is no stranger to tough challenges. He has won world titles across multiple weight classes and has defeated some of the best fighters in the sport. However, one of the few marks on his record came against Floyd Mayweather in 2013. That fight was a major moment in Canelo's career, as Mayweather's defensive brilliance and tactical skills stopped Canelo from taking control. But since then, Canelo has grown a lot, and he believes that neither Mayweather nor anyone trained by him can threaten him now. "I'm a whole different fighter now," Canelo confidently said. "There's nothing they can do to figure me out." He dismissed the idea that Crawford training with Mayweather would give Crawford any advantage. Canelo made it clear that he is no longer the same fighter Mayweather once defeated. His confidence comes from how much he has improved, adding better defense, sharper movement, and stronger ring control. For Canelo, facing Crawford would simply be another chance to show how much he has evolved.
But I'm a different fighter. You know, I'm a different type of animal, so.
The connection between Crawford and Mayweather cannot be ignored. Crawford's decision to train with Floyd has created curiosity and raised questions about what kind of influence Mayweather might have on his style. Floyd, widely seen as one of the greatest boxers of all time, brings a huge amount of experience and knowledge. His skill in analyzing opponents and finding their weaknesses is unmatched. Crawford has also spoken highly about what he is learning from the retired champion.
Easy fight. He's out of his damn mind.
Yeah. I agree.
I think you're the most comfortable at 168.
Yeah.
And we'll see Crawford.
Though working with Floyd has been about sharpening my mind and approach, Crawford shared. I'm learning things that could help me against anyone. Floyd's presence in Crawford's camp reminds him of his own victory over Canelo, and it's clear that he's trying to teach Crawford the same mindset and tactical discipline. However, even though Crawford might benefit from Mayweather's expertise, there's no guarantee that it will be enough to overcome Canelo's unique skill set and experience. Crawford himself acknowledges the challenges of moving up in weight, especially against naturally bigger opponents. Reflecting on his recent fight with Madoff, he admitted, "I'm naturally fighting bigger guys, and every step up comes with new tests. I didn't feel my best, but I got the job done." While the victory added another belt to his collection, it also left fans questioning whether Crawford's body can handle the higher weight classes without losing some of the qualities that make him special. Mayweather's own career serves as a point of comparison. Throughout his career, Floyd remained undefeated, with a 50-0 record that included wins over boxing greats like Manny Pacquiao, Oscar de la Hoya, Miguel Cotto, and Canelo Alvarez. However, despite his dominance, Mayweather never became an undisputed champion in any division, unlike Crawford, who has achieved that distinction in 2 weight classes. This difference highlights the unique accomplishments of both men, and it adds an interesting layer to Crawford's relationship with Mayweather. Floyd's influence might help Crawford refine his skills, but it's ultimately up to Crawford to prove himself in the ring. Canelo, for his part, doesn't see Mayweather's involvement as a game-changer. While he respects Floyd's legacy, he's confident he would beat Mayweather if they fought again. "Floyd is one of the greatest. He's so good," Canelo said. "But right now, I'm not the Canelo he faced. So yes, it would be a good fight. But he's older now. Maybe prime him and current me, then I'd take him out." Canelo's belief in his own growth is unshakable, and he sees Crawford as just another fighter trying to solve the puzzle that he's become.
Maybe a little less. Could be 150.
150, 150 million.
Yeah.
Let's make sure Terence gets some money out of that too, though.
No, he's gonna get paid too.
He talks about Terence Crawford and Canelo Alvarez facing each other have always been full of speculation and excitement. After years of back-and-forth conversations, it seems the stage is finally set for one of the biggest fights in boxing history. Turkish promoter Alik from Saudi Arabia has reportedly secured the deal that both fans and insiders have been waiting for. While the official announcement is yet to come from Canelo or Crawford, Bernie Davis, a trusted member of Crawford's team, has confidently declared the fight as confirmed.
I'm going to tell you my prediction is Canelo's going to walk him down. Crawford is going to do a lot of defense.
Fight is far from ordinary. It's being hyped as a David versus Goliath matchup, with Crawford attempting to move up to 168 lbs, an uncharted territory for him. While this leap may seem risky, Crawford has always embraced challenges. His knockout win over Errol Spence Jr. solidified his place as one of the pound-for-pound best. However, facing Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight is a completely different kind of challenge. Speaking about the fight, Bernie Davis's confidence was clear. His bold claim, "It's Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around," made it clear that Team Crawford sees this as their moment to shine on the grandest stage. Davis even predicted that Crawford would become the next super middleweight champion.
Straight like that. Bud is way more Bud is a way more tactician. He's way more skilled than both of those dudes that was in the ring last night. He's way more skilled.
And this fight is far from ordinary. It's being hyped as a David versus Goliath matchup, with Crawford attempting to move up to 168 lbs, an uncharted territory for him. While this leap may seem risky, Crawford has always embraced challenges. His knockout win over Errol Spence Jr. solidified his place as one of the pound-for-pound best. However, facing Canelo Alvarez at super middleweight is a completely different kind of challenge. Speaking about the fight, Bernie Davis's confidence was clear. His bold claim, "It's Crawford versus Canelo, not the other way around," made It's clear that Team Crawford sees this as their moment to shine on the grandest stage. Davis even predicted that Crawford would become the next super middleweight champion of the world, emphasizing the significance of this historic clash.
What about Canelo and Crawford? What do you think?
That's going to be a great fight, too. I can't believe they made that happen. Turkey's been making a lot of great fights happen. You can't really hate on it. But I'm excited for that. I know Canelo is so big, so strong, and I think he'll be just too big.
The decision to step into Canelo's domain is also fueled by Crawford's hunger to test his limits. "It's about testing yourself," he said. "Canelo is one of the greatest, and this is my chance to show I belong at the top." This mindset is what sets Crawford apart from many fighters. Rather than playing it safe, he's always looking for ways to challenge himself, even if that means stepping into unfamiliar territory against a bigger and more experienced opponent. Adding to the intrigue is Crawford's newfound partnership with Floyd Mayweather. Training with Mayweather could give Crawford a psychological and strategic edge. However, both Crawford and his team know that replicating Mayweather's success against Canelo is easier said than done.
The Sheik said that he would be willing to pay whatever you want to fight Crawford. Yeah.
If he's willing to pay whatever I want, comes down.
That'll work. Yeah, so if
the personal stakes of this fight make it a monumental event for boxing. Thanks to Turkey Alal Sheikh's financial backing, this isn't just another championship bout. It's a spectacle that's set to draw global attention. Alal Sheikh's involvement also highlights the growing influence of Saudi Arabia in the boxing world, with the country increasingly hosting high-profile fights. For Crawford, Alal Sheikh's support has been crucial in turning his dream of fighting Canelo into a reality. The weight difference is one of the biggest talking points leading up to this fight. While Crawford has dominated at welterweight, stepping into the ring with a natural super middleweight like Canelo is a completely different challenge. Canelo's punching power, ring IQ, and experience at higher weight classes give him a clear advantage. However, Crawford's adaptability.
The Canelo fight, realistically left your mind once he said he's not interested, or you still pursuing it?
Not at all. I think business talk. With the right.
Crawford's team has been quick to shut down any concerns about the weight disparity. Bernie Davis's comments about climbing the mountain and taking on the Goliath, that is Canelo, show just how confident Team Crawford is. They believe that Crawford's meticulous preparation and ability to adjust mid-fight will give him the edge needed to pull off what many are calling an upset. But Canelo Alvarez isn't taking this fight lightly either. Known for his disciplined training regimen and relentless work ethic, Canelo is likely preparing for Crawford with the same intensity that has brought him so much success. His ability to dominate opponents across multiple weight classes makes him one of the most well-rounded fighters in boxing today. Facing a naturally smaller, faster opponent like Crawford might require adjustments.
Canelo been ducking Benavidez all these years, and he's kind of ran out of opponents. You really want to know why? I'm going to tell you why the Crawford fight is happening. Crawford fight is happening because y'all fans, Canelo Alvarez fans, your boy did not want to see Benavidez.
The fight is officially unconfirmed by both fighters. The buzz surrounding it is undeniable. If the reported September 13th date in Las Vegas holds true, fans can expect a promotional build-up unlike anything they've seen before. Crawford's boldness and Canelo's dominance make this a fight that transcends weight classes, legacies, and expectations. Canelo Alvarez has never been one to shy away from expressing his stance when it comes to potential challengers. His views on David Benavidez provide a glimpse into his mindset as one of boxing's biggest superstars. According to Alvarez, Benavidez's constant pressure and disrespectful approach have been the main reasons he has yet to grant him a fight. While most boxers would move on after being ignored, Benavidez has continued to call out Alvarez, refusing to take no for an answer. This persistence...
Both guys, Canelo, Benavidez, if they fought, which I don't think they're going to fight no time soon, who do you think will win?
Man, that's hard to say. I think both have pros and cons. I feel like the things that Canelo does better than David. There's things that David does better than Canelo. In a way, I'm not comparing it to this fight, but it's like...
And when someone approaches, You like that? You don't need to give them any money, Canelo explained. This statement reflects his belief that boxing is more than just about stepping into the ring. It's about mutual respect and professionalism. Benavidez, in his pursuit of a fight, has accused Canelo of ducking him, questioned his legacy, and even highlighted his success sparring with Dimitri Bivol, the man who handed Canelo one of his rare losses. However, these tactics seem to have only strengthened Canelo's resolve not to entertain the idea of a fight. Canelo's frustration with Benavidez isn't just about the insults, it's about the principle. For years, Alvarez has fought and beaten champions across multiple weight divisions. He has taken on the best, including Gennady Golovkin, Sergey Kovalev, and Caleb Plant.
I wanted to tell you guys too, I mean, this guy, he's making the most money out of everybody. He's charging you guys so much for the pay-per-views. It's like he's spitting in your guys' face, saying that he's not, you guys want. He's not going to give you the best fights. He's going to fight the fights that he wants. In my opinion, that's a little bit disrespectful.
2. Canelo. He has nothing left to prove, especially to someone he feels hasn't earned the right to share the ring with him through their approach. While David Benavidez remains fixated on fighting Alvarez, Canelo's focus has shifted toward other challenges, most notably Terence Crawford. In stark contrast to Benavidez's approach, Crawford has been respectful and professional in his pursuit of a fight with Alvarez. This difference has not gone unnoticed by Canelo, who acknowledged the way Crawford has.
He didn't make as much money with all those guys except Mayweather, even Berlanga right now, that he will with me. But yet and still, you know, he have all these excuses why he don't want to take.
This mutual respect has set the stage for one of boxing's most anticipated matchups. Crawford's decision to move up 2 weight classes to challenge Canelo has been met with skepticism from critics. Many have questioned whether the former undisputed welterweight champion can handle the size and power of Alvarez at 168 lbs. However, Crawford remains unfazed by the doubts. That's what great fighters do. They test themselves against the odds, Crawford said. His confidence and determination to...
He's bringing up Canelo. I think that's weird, you know, because you'd have to gain, like, what, 20 pounds? Yeah. But they say that's the money fight. That's the mega fight. That's the money fight. That's the only thing that makes sense for Terence Crawford.
Well, you know what I mean?
Crawford says, rise in boxing has been anything but easy. For much of his career, he was locked into a contract with Top Rank, which limited his ability to secure fights with the best opponents in his division. Despite this, he managed to dominate the welterweight division and become the first undisputed champion in the weight class in decades. His move up to face Alvarez is not just about...
Terence Crawford, I see he wants to fight. He's made it clear. Do fights like that help your legacy, or do you feel like that's something that's not worth it to you?
Everything in my career, every fight make my legacy different and better, no? Terence Crawford is a great fighter.
As Crawford prepares to take on Alvarez, he has embraced the challenge of adapting to a new weight class. I'm going to feel great at 168, he said confidently. While many fighters struggle with the physical adjustments required to move up in weight, Crawford believes his adaptability and ring IQ will give him an edge. I'm the type of guy who likes to feel my fighters out and adjust to what they're doing. That's my greatest attribute, he explained. Crawford's ability to adjust mid-fight has been a hallmark of his career. It's a skill that has allowed him to outthink